to the Batmobile.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your channel, Jetson Fleet Gaming. I'm Jerry the Tree Wiz, and I'm pumped to be here today. It was a great adventure. We went down to planet Earth. We left World War II and took an adventure to planet Earth and went on a vacation, saw some alpacas and some goats, and we still wanted to be with you while we were away, but we are home. We've come back home to Planet Doe. As you can see behind me, I'm back. I'm in Planet Doe, and you and me, we are together. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different because I noticed something in the video that the developers put out, the World War II YouTube channel. If you check the World War II YouTube channel and watch the latest video with Hyro and the content director, the game creator and the content director, they mentioned something, the comic. How have I missed the comic? It's my duty to find things about this game and bring it to you guys. And we haven't looked at the comic together. Who knew there was a comic? I said, where do you find the comic? They said you can find it on Instagram or the World War II website. Well, I haven't been on Instagram too much lately. I took a break from it for a little while, so I missed it somehow. But right now you can see we are on the World War II website. And if you go to the World War II website, you will see that there is a section called Comic. Wonderful. You can select Comic, and then let us select the most early comic. Oh, that's not it. And I'm starting to wonder, because now the comics go with the seasons, and we're in the middle of season 1, coming up to season 2. So I'm wondering if there are any clues left for us inside of these comics. So let's just take a real quick look at the comics together. I think there's a few more coming out, which may piece together the rest of this epic World War II storyline that's beginning to take place. The first comic begins, as we can see, we'll look at it together, with the mad scientist asking, do you believe in the devil? She says, you know, it's a supreme being dedicated to the suffering and torment of Doe kind. Buck's like, I thought that was the commander's job. Zing! Love it. And she's like, no, I mean like some sick sadist writing all the bad stuff that happens to us. As Buck is devoured by the person-eating plant behind him. Zing! Got him. Then she just walks away casually saying, ha, that's probably the craziest thing that I've seen all month. Or said all month. Craziest thing I've said all month. And she didn't see what was behind her. That probably was the craziest thing she's seen if she would have turned around and seen Buck getting screwed. Keeping it G, baby. We love the kids. Let's move to the next comic. Oh, I could have just clicked next instead of that. Let's make sure we're at the right place. Yes, so we go from here to here. Seems they're making a plan to go after this person-eating plant. Like the mad scientist has discovered some properties about the plant. You remember the developers told us that the person-eating plant was now going to generate one doe. So it does seem like you need to look closer at the comics to understand what's coming. Maybe if we check the comics out, we'll know what the new cards are, we'll know what the new seasons are. So I'm going to start paying attention to each one of these comics and breaking them down with you guys. The next, We Get Doe. That's the title. You can see the title of the comic at the left of the comic. The mad scientist says, the evidence shows that if the body is fully digested, a substantial amount of dough can be extracted from the plant. Great, that seems good. It also seems like Dr. Death and the mad scientists have a thing going on. I'm cool with that. I also love the graphics of these comic strips. They're good comic strips. So right after she says we can get dough out of the person-eating plant, the commander goes, oh, I want to do a commander voice so bad. Can't we just... I'm not going to. Can't we just time travel to the future and get all the dough we make from capturing the plants instead of actually going to the jungle to capture the plants? I like that idea. I wish I could just go harvest resources from the future instead of harvesting resources from now, because in the future I think I'll have much more money. So I wish I could borrow some money from future me or future you, because you look like you're going to be wealthy in the future too. Yeah, you will. And then the last one I'm leaning over to see with you guys says, honey, I can answer that. So yes, they are in a relationship. And she says, I'm done. As she cocks her gun, she's ready to go out into the forest and capture the plant. So the person-eating plant had a big reason why season 1 began. It looks like we're headed into the forest to go check out if we can get the person-eating plant and what we can learn from it. So let's move forward to the next comic. We got Trench Talk. Good times. We got Dr. Death the mad scientist's significant other. Maybe they're just a fling right now, but they're definitely calling each other with pet names, as we saw in the last. So the story's taking shape. In Trench Talk, we see Chop Chop talking to Dr. Death, and he says, when we get back home, I was about to give him a voice. He doesn't do anything but chop, 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 so he maybe whispered, when we get back home, I think I might start crashing funerals. Distasteful, but okay, says Dr. Death. I'm not looking for love. I just want to put the fun back in funeral, says Chop Chop. Or maybe he whispered it, but I'm not doing voices yet. If you guys want to do full-on theatrical voices, we can do that. I love to make a fool of myself. I love when people make a fool of me. Make a goofy meme of me doing something stupid. Post it in the comments. And then Dr. Death says, I don't think it was even there to begin with. And you notice bombs are being dropped in the background. What's going on there? He says, exactly. I wonder if those plants are still hungry. So this one, we just seem to get a little bit of comedy. As we're still looking at the plants, we got Dr. Death trying to find where the plants are, and Chop Chop cracking jokes. Our next comic, Call the Cops. Sir, the Red Army is retreating, sir. We will have total control of the jungle soon, sir. That is the Flame Man preaching right there. And the commander says, good to know. What to do next? He said, sir, yes, sir. Burn everything to the ground, sir. Exactly. No, don't burn anything. We're here for the plants, you idiot, says the commander. So it's clear they're looking for the plants. They're on a mission to get the plants. What happens when they get the plants? That will tell us something for sure. And then he replies, scorch the area and leave nothing behind. So you really can't get the flame dude to not flame. Flame dude wants to flame. The comic wraps up with him saying, a painful and fiery apocalypse, loud and clear, sir, and the commander asking for the cops to be called. So my take on this one is we're about to win our battle against the Red Commander and take the jungle, but what's going to happen when we find the person-eating plant? What's going to happen in the next comment? I have a strong feeling that these comics are going to be used to release new content. So we're going to need to pay attention between the lines. We're going to need to do some sleuthing to figure out what's coming, what's happening. And I got to be honest, it makes it more fun for me, and I'm sure it makes it fun for you guys to see the characters interacting with each other and to see the seasons unfolding and revealing new content. I couldn't be more excited about this game. I couldn't be more thankful for you guys liking and subscribing to this content, because we have faith that this game is about to explode and we want to be here with you guys for it. I'm Jerry the Tree Wiz. From the bottom of my heart to the top of my head, I thank each and every one of you for being here, and we look forward to the future, y'all. Jets and Fleet Gaming, out.